I want to tell you how to pitch to investors and get them to say yes, and we're starting right now. Let's go. Okay, so that's step one. Let's talk about step two. So step two is practicing your pitch. And what this means is when you've got your pitch to the point where you truly believe in everything you're saying and you've done all your research, now you're going to go out and practice it with people. And the reason you practice is because pitching and investing money is storytelling. You're not just putting up a bunch of numbers and then at the end, assuming that if you've shown that you're going to be a $100 million or $1 billion company, that people are going to give you money. You have to tell a story that it captivates people's interests. Like I can go on AngelList and find 1,000 startups that are raising money. Why am I going to invest in any one startup? It's because of the story. And investors and everybody actually, that's how human beings understand reality, is we understand it in terms of stories. So as you practice your pitch, you're going to be able to see whether the story that you're telling is a good one, is compelling, is captivating or not. And if it's not, you have to go back and refigure the pitch. You know, all the research that you did, the vision and the supporting materials are all going to stay the same, but the story is going to be different. So with KINDARA, we pitched it first as a birth control app, then we pitched it as a pregnancy app. Then I realized, wow, this is a fertility management platform. And then I realized, well, actually what this is a technology to help women track their fertility from when they first get their period all the way through to menopause. And it's actually bigger than any one phase of a woman's life. And that story was what resonated because I truly believed it. I believed that that is what is happening to the femtech data fertility tracking space. And it was big enough and exciting enough that people wanted to invest in it. So step two, practice the pitch, craft the story. You're going to find that there's 10 or 15 ways to pitch your particular idea and to paint the story. And you're going to have to hone in on what is the most compelling story that is compelling to you, that you believe in your bones, and that is also compelling to the people that are listening to the pitch. So practice, practice, practice. You could even try to pick 3 storylines, make 3 pitches on the storylines and practice them with people and try to find what resonates, what feels good for you, what makes you excited to lie in bed at night and think about, and what captivates people when you're pitching it to them. So that's step 2, practice. Oh, one other thing on step 2, not only is this allowing you to craft your story, but it's also allowing you to practice pitching, like to get used to the weird activity that is getting up in front of a room of people or sitting down with somebody and pitching them on your startup and why they should invest in it. And one thing that I always try and remind people that I kept in mind whenever I was raising money was pitching is selling. Like you're selling your startup. And in sales, everything that comes out of your mouth either takes you closer to the sale or further from the sale. So you are going to, through practice, notice that there's certain things you say that take you away from the sale. And every time you say one of those, you're going to remind yourself, or you're going to learn, wow, I should never say that again. Like someone will ask you a question, you'll say the answer and it'll be a total buzzkill. And you'll realize, wow, I shouldn't say that. And then you won't say that next time someone asks you that same question. So that's the other benefit of practicing, is it helps you get the story and it helps you to practice pitching and figure out what words you want to use that feel good and take people towards the experience of wanting to invest in your idea. Yeah, so step 2 is done when you feel confident pitching and feel confident answering all the questions that people ask you. You might even make supplementary slides in your deck for the most common questions. Then when people ask you those questions, you can say, I actually have a slide for that, pull it up and show them. So that's when step 2 is done. Hey guys, hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe and check out my next video, step 3, lining up investor intros.